The Flash is essentially a swan song to the DCEU, aka the Snyderverse. This December's release of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is its final entry before James Gunn and Peter Safran's DCEU officially kicks off with 2025's Superman Legacy. That means The Flash is likely the last time we'll see these particular incarnations of the Justice League members. Since The Flash is also a multiverse story, it brings in characters from alternate timelines such as Sasha Calle's Supergirl, or from past franchises like Michael Keaton's Batman. But those two are not the only characters from other DC universes to appear in The Flash. So let's break down all the characters who cameo in The Flash and its multiverse sequence in particular.
Are you ready?
Ready. Let's go.
The climactic Chrono Bowl battle reveals glimpses at various worlds inhabited by different versions of DC superheroes, starting with George Reeves' Superman.
Up in the sky! It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's Superman! Yes, it's Superman!
He may not have been the first live-action Superman, that was Kirk Allen, but George Reeves was the Man of Steel for a generation before Christopher Reeves soared onto the big screen in 1978. Reeves starred in Superman and the Mole Men, and then in the beloved 1950s TV series Adventures of Superman. Reeves' Superman is digitally recreated here in black and white, a nod to the classic TV series, which would, in later seasons, be broadcast in color. Incidentally, George Reeves' tragic, mysterious death was dramatized in the 2006 film Hollywoodland, which starred the DCEU's Batman, Ben Affleck, as Reeves.
What kind of creature would gobble up a bird in a tree?
Holy crossover! TV's beloved Caped Crusader appeared briefly in the climactic Chrono Bowl sequence, where he's seen sprinting down the street. Adam West's distinctive stentorian voice can also be heard. Nice to see you again, old chum.
I am Kara of Argo City, daughter of Alora and Zor-El.
1984's Supergirl movie spin-off was produced during Christopher Reeves' tenure as the big screen's Man of Steel, and it acknowledged that Helen Slater's Kara Zor-El was Kal-El's cousin. However, the two Kryptonians never shared the screen, until now. One of the worlds depicted during the climactic Chrono Bowl sequence is the Earth inhabited by Reeves' Superman, who is then joined by Slater's Supergirl.
This kid comes from a long line of Kryptonians who were at the top of their field in science and law.
The appearance of a long-haired Nick Cage as the Man of Steel is one of the biggest, and to some, most confounding, surprises in The Flash simply because it's an homage to a DC movie that was never made. Cage was cast as Kal-El in director Tim Burton's Superman Lives, a 1990s project that Kevin Smith first scripted. Superman Lives was pretty far along in development, including the casting of Chris Rock as Jimmy Olsen and the selection of Pittsburgh as a shooting location for Metropolis, when it abruptly fell apart over budgetary and creative issues. The debacle was chronicled in the 2015 documentary, The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened? Cage's Superman is seen battling a giant alien spider, a nod to a ridiculous demand Kevin Smith received from Superman Lives producer, John Peters.
Where I came from, I was a speedster like you. They called me the Flash.
DC Comics' original Flash, Jay Garrick, appears during the third act Chrono Bowl sequence where he's played by actor Teddy Sears. Sears had a reoccurring role in the CW's The Flash, where viewers first believed him to be playing Garrick, until it was later revealed that his character was in fact the villainous Zoom all along. Judging from how he's presented here, it seems Sears is playing the true heroic Jay Garrick. He also appears in black and white to drive home that this Flash hails from the Golden Age. This is as close as the movie gets to acknowledging the Arrowverse, despite Ezra Miller's cameo in CW's The Flash. The climactic Chrono Bowl sequence may have contained the most notable cameos in The Flash, but they are not the only ones in the film. Several familiar faces also showed up at various other points.
Comes to us all, Master Wayne. Even you got too old to die young.
Jeremy Irons' Alfred has a supporting man-in-the-chair role in the film's first act, providing guidance to the Flash during an emergency situation at Gotham City Hospital.
I don't believe it.
Believe it.
Gal Gadot's Diana shows up just in time to help Batman and Flash stop a group of terrorists with her lasso of truth, proving to embarrass her fellow Justice League members just before she flies away, possibly for the final time.
You that fish boy from the TV?
Oh, great.
Jason Momoa's very inebriated Arthur Curry appears in The Flash's post-credits scene where he and Barry Allen stagger out of a dive bar after a night of heavy drinking that has them assessing whose metabolism is better. It should be noted that this isn't the same Arthur Curry from Barry's universe, as he now appears to be in an altered reality. Barry explains that this Arthur looks just like the one he knew, but oddly enough, every Batman he's met is different. This Arthur then falls face down into a puddle on the street where he's content to sleep it off.
Wow, I'm Tom, keeper of lighthouse.
Tamora Morrison reprises his Aquaman role as main lighthouse keeper, Tom Curry. In this film, however, he is in a separate timeline where he never met Atlanta, and thus Aquaman was never born. Instead, Tom named his dog Arthur, and he's married to a different woman.
That's a utility belt, not a money belt. 6 million.
7 million.
The Flash's final sequence before the credits roll finds Barry Allen back in what initially appears to be the correct universe. He gets a call from Bruce Wayne, who is driving up to meet him. But Barry is stunned to see that this isn't Ben Affleck's Bruce, but one he's never met before, George Clooney's version from the 1997's Batman and Robin, albeit now sporting a silver beard. While Barry may not recognize him, Clooney's Bruce addresses Barry by name.
Not impressed.
This one's a bit of a cheat, as we never see Calle himself. Early on in the film, Superman appears at a distance on a news telecast that shows why he can't help out Flash and Batman. He's trying to stop a volcanic eruption overseas. Later, a CGI rendition of Cavill's bare-chested Superman from Justice League appears during one of the Chrono Ball sequences. Henry Cavill's final appearance as Superman was his cameo in Black Adam.
People have been waiting for the next alien invasion. Now I gotta wonder if I'm it.
Similarly, a news story about Victor Stone appears in an online search that Barry does, but actor Ray Fisher is never actually shown. Victor never became Cyborg in the alternate timeline. And those were all the cameos we caught in The Flash. Did we miss any? Let us know in the comments. And for more on the Scarlet Speedster's solo film, check out our explainer on the film's ending or the review of the movie. And for everything else DC, Marvel, and everything in between, make sure to keep it right here on IGN.